You know, they're going to say I'm being overly mean, but there is a pit bull that needs to be reported out in Teeswater, and I know its location. All right, and they are illegal in Canada, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately, they deserve to be illegal in Canada. I mean, not in Canada, sorry, Ontario, Canada. Uh, I had my finger pretty much bit off by a pit bull back in 2011 over in Alberta, a retarded pit bull at that. And because you can get retarded dogs, retarded isn't a bad word, it just means that they have a brain issue. All right, let's see if I can get a picture of them. A retarded, you can see it in their eyes, and this one was a retarded pit bull. His name was Tiger. He wasn't like this. You know what? He was much like that, but he was slightly retarded. All right, and I loved pit bulls and Tiger. I don't know if he was actually John Gandhi's dog. He wasn't mine. I used to have a pit bull named Bentley or whatever. That was a much better pit bull. But this pit bull, and we had Gucci, who is a really tame dog, and Chomper's a really tame dog. But this Tiger had started to act extremely vicious when a female was introduced, and he started viciously attacking the other dog, Chopper, as well as he pretty much severed and took. They had to do a emergency surgery. I remember the guy, and it was horrible. All right, my finger was all hanging off. I wish there was photos. You could see my hand. I'm suffering from, you would call it a swan neck deformity. That's the only way a term that you could use, but it's even worse than a swan neck deformity. It's a very bad deformity that I now have of the finger, and he had to reconnect my nerves, and I lost, from my knowledge, the doctor said that you have three separate veins or arteries or whatever that run down your finger, and I lost two of those. And it's something very hard to speak about, but there is a pit bull that I have encountered in Teeswater, Ontario, Canada. Now, I believe that the owner of this pit bull is a police officer. All right, because I used to ride around the town on my e-bike, but that does not necessarily mean that you can break the law, even though you're a police officer. Unfortunately, it is still illegal for you to possess a pit bull here in Ontario. All right, so I believe they live here on Shannon Street. Let me see here. Yeah, I believe it is Shannon Street where they live. And they live just over here on the intersection of Rag Street East and Shannon Street. Now I'm going to drag this down here, and we're going to find their home where they are illegally possessing a pit bull. This might not be the street either, actually. Where is it? Now they say, well, they're out in the country, but look, they tried me and they violated my rights. That's what I thought too when I had moved to Teeswater, that it was a more relaxed country setting. But they tried to come after me over some stuff that I thought too. Now, I don't think it's Shannon Street, actually. I think it's a little bit this way. You know what? And I don't think that you can even, where is it? It must be Shannon Street, but I was fairly sure. What's this? Danger to what? Danger to no, that isn't it. It must be, I know it went around like that, and there was a field over on this side on the right. And actually, I think they were fairly newer homes, actually. So this must not be the street. Let me go back to sky level here. Okay, there's that Oz Truck and Trailer Repair. Here's the Industrial Road at LCBO, Clinton Street South. It must have been this one, but okay, there's the Colross. All right, and yeah, they were over on the Shannon Street or Railway Street. They might be Railway. All I can tell you is that there is a pit bull over here on Railway, or yeah, it must be this Railway. It wasn't at home. And it's a one of those big muscular ones too. It's not a half breed or anything. And there's a field, open field, right across the street from them. And he barked at me when I rode by on my e-bike. It might be this home here. All right. But I'm unsure if it's that home there, all right? It might be this home here, actually. I think it's this home here. All right, they have one of those Chrysler 300s that I would classify as sort of a sketchy vehicle. Tends to be those sort of wannabe gangsters that ride in those Chrysler 300s that we've encountered over the years. So contact 311 to submit a service request for investigation. If you wish to file a complaint about a pit bull or non-compliance of the Dog Owners Liability Act, on August 29, 2005, the Dog Owners Liability Act was amended to prohibit pit bulls in the province of Ontario for that reason of they could be extremely vicious in certain circumstances. We've seen videos where they've attacked children. We've seen videos in the streets where and then look at me, in Ontario's own, has been pretty much mutilated by a pit bull in Canada. Now, I'm not saying all pit bulls are bad, but we have that law here in Ontario, and that's why I live here in Ontario, born here in Ontario, and I don't necessarily think that these people deserve to have this dog. Now, I know there's a law that says if they're a certain age, but this dog is a relatively new dog. It doesn't classify under that, I'm fairly sure, unless they can prove with some birth, like a birth breeding certificate, then that would be an illegal pit bull here in Ontario that needs to be gotten rid of. Okay, and pretty much it's a fairly easy investigation. I believe it's either this home here or that home. I'm fairly sure it's this home here, but it could be that one, but I'm fairly sure it's this one here. All right. And it might not be, but I'm fairly sure, no, it might be this one here, actually. It's either one of these homes, but I know it's on Shannon Street here in Teeswater. And they have it out on a chain. See, this is 2021 Google, but you can see this image was captured on June 2013. The last time I seen this pit bull was the year 2017. All right, so that is 14, 15, 16, 17, around 4 years. So this imagery here is about quite old. All right, more than some years old. But I believe it's here. Yeah, this is the home here that has that pit bull. So I don't know why you would contact 311. Why the pit bull ban needs to be lifted. All right. But I don't believe it needs to be lifted. Like I said, I've had a Staffordshire. He's all right, but this one's one of those super muscular ones. And and those ones are the most dangerous. So I have to call 311. Let me see here. Information on the dog owners. Grandfathered or restricted. Grandfather restricted. All dangerous dogs. Alright. The amendments to DOLA will prohibit individuals from owning, breeding, transferring, importing, or abandoning pit bulls. Training a pit bull to fight or allowing a pit bull to stray are also prohibited. Because when those pit bulls stray, oh, they get vicious. And they're hard to put down. All right, if they've gone rabid. Pit bulls kept legally after the ban will be known as grandfather or restricted pit bulls. Individuals who already own pit bulls will be able to keep them, but this pit bull is a relatively new pit bull. So, if you're a police officer, you're supposed to have a German Shepherd. You're not supposed to have a pit bull. But pit bulls have been used in military. Don't get me wrong. All right, there has been military pit bulls. They used to be used in the military, okay, and maybe still are. See, in World War I. Okay, and I'm not the most biggest pit bull hater. Like I said, I've had some great pit bulls. But here in Ontario, that is the law, and the law is what is enforced. Now, you can own pit bulls in all the rest of Canada, and you can own pit bulls in the United States. But it's the law, all right? And that is the law here in this jurisdiction, that pit bulls are illegal. So let me see if I can call 311. Maybe it's too late. It's 10:01 p.m., so I might just have to post a video. And it doesn't look like I can call 311 on this phone here. Let me see. Oh. I've never called 311 before. Now, we used to have this thing called 411, where you would get some directory information. But it's not letting me call 311 on here. But I'm going to post this video on my YouTube channel as my report. And I wonder if there's an online report. Let's see. I see Toronto. All right. It is illegal to own or house a pit bull. All right. Oh, here you go. Here's the Humane Society. A pit bull is defined under the law as a pit bull terrier, a Staffordshire bull terrier, an American Staffordshire terrier, an American pit bull terrier, a dog that has an appearance and physical characteristics substantially similar to any of the above dog breeds, with exceptions written in the Dog Owners Liability Act. Did you know that pit bulls were illegal in Ontario? Yes. Are you aware of any campaigns to abolish? Yes. If yes, please name the campaign. Not sure of the name, but I disagree with the abolishment of the pit bull ban. Pit bull ban. I am a victim of a brutal. It was unbelievable, all right, the attacks, okay? You can call up to Alberta, Calgary veterinarian. I'm not sure where it is. My brother couldn't even afford to patch the dogs up. They were unbelievably It was unbelievable. I had to go to the hospital. The dogs had to go to the hospital. The veterinary vet had to do it completely at free of charge. It was multi-thousand-dollar surgery the dogs had to get. They ripped each other's ears off. They ripped each other's, they punctured each other's legs. Unbelievable amount of damage inflicted by these dogs. They were impossible to get separated, where the dogs were impossible to separate, uh, uh, causing huge amounts of damage, not only to the dogs, but also to my human body by way of mutilation, extreme amounts of blood. Oh, and that's all you can do. There was an extreme amount of blood. All right, I almost lost my finger. All right, and it was disgusting. Do you agree? Yes. Do you think pit bulls are an aggressive breed? Yes. Do you think aggressive animals fall under the responsibility? Yes. What areas of the Dog Owners Liability Act do you believe should be amended? Stronger punishment for owners with aggressive animals. Like my brother, he wasn't feeding them properly or whatnot. He was just casino this and that. He was thought he was a rich guy. He was having escorts every night, going to the strip club and all that, and he never took care of his dogs. Abolishment? No. Stronger laws surrounding the ownership of pit bulls, stronger enforcement of the pit bull ban, stronger laws surrounding aggressive animals not breed specific, and other. Please provide. I'm not going to write anything else. All right, and then we got Thomas, my name. All right, and that is my postal code. And I consent to receive communication from the Ontario SPCA and Humane Society. Now, I'm not a dog hater. I just think that there should be the laws and everything when it comes to these things or whatever. All right? Submit survey. Thank you. Change for animals. Now, this is a lab. I like Labradors. But you can even see they're just not that aggressive of a breed all the way around. If this dog never had its food or something, it would just ask you. It wouldn't attack you and eat you alive. Okay. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. Your feedback will help shape the conversation on the future of animal welfare legislation. Now is the time for change. The Ontario SPCA and Humane Society is committed to making animal welfare a priority across Ontario, and we want you to join us. Be a champion for animals. Please contact your local MPP to voice how we all need to speak up for the animals and make animal welfare a priority in our province. Now, I've never talked to an MPP. Maybe I will in the future. I'm going to bookmark this page here. Actually, I'm going to add it to my reading list. And there's lots of different MPPs that you can talk to. Jill Andrew, Deepak Anand, Teresa J. Armstrong, Han Ted Arnott in Halton Hills. He might be somebody that I would talk to. Ted. Or Jill, or even Teresa. Ian Arthur, Roman Baber, Eris Babakian, Robert Bailey of Sarnia, Toby Barrett, Dolly Bajum, or Begum, Dolly Begum, Jessica Bell, and the list goes on. Rima Burns McGowan or McGowan, Han Peter Bethlin Falvey, uh, Gillis Bison, Stephen or Stephen Bly or Blouse or Bly, Will Booma, Guy Burgoyne, Jeff Birch. Oh, I think this is the Honorable Paul Calendra, the Honorable Raymond Sung Jun Cho, the Honorable Stan Cho, sorry, the Honorable Steve Clark and Lorne Coe, Lucille Collard, Michael Cateau, Stephen Crawford, or Stephen Crawford, Rudy Cazzetto, the Honorable Doug Downey, the Honorable the Honorable Jill Dunlop, the Honorable Christine Elliott. Oh, I've heard of her. The Honorable Victor Fideli, Amy Fee, Catherine Fife, the Honorable Doug Ford, John Fraser, Jennifer K. French. Oh, and it goes on and on and on, all right? It goes on and on and on. But I didn't know that Doug Ford was an MPP still, or anything of that nature. I thought he was just the premier. But it looks like he deals with those sort of things too, or whatnot. Anyways, I've bookmarked it, and I'll have to do more research on that. But I'll have to call that 311. It's not that big of a deal. I think they're all right. Like I said, I think it's a police officer that owns it. But even if you are a police officer, you still have to follow the law. So I think they might be allowing it, but I know they got it after 2005. All right. And I have nothing against this police. I think it's my arresting officer, to be honest with you. But on this one case which is supposed to be completely abolished under the law or whatever, or relinquished, I completed my probationary term as well as my sentence that was agreed upon with our deal. And I was never even supposed to, under law, do any time if it had were to go to trial. But I wanted to learn, and if I didn't do that, I wouldn't have learned the knowledge that I learned today. But, we're not supposed to have them. All right.